I love to win.
I'm on fire.
It's just always been a part of me for as long as I have known myself, and putting that amount of pressure on myself has led to bouts of depression in the past when I've not been able to meet my expectations for myself. And so I went to this bowling alley, and in the course of this bowling, I was ranking third. Let's establish the fact that when you're just doing something for the first time or for the second time, you're going to suck. And so basically, I sucked terribly. But as someone who always puts the pressure on myself to be the best, I thought that even though I had no history or very little experience bowling, I should at the very least, get second. Because I was bowling against 3 of my other friends. The more I kept on bowling and looking at the scoreboard, the more I kept on feeling that pressure mounting within me, like, why am I not number 1? Not out of jealousy for the other players, but just out of that internal pressure that I've always mounted on myself from a very young age, even subconsciously, to just be the best. The story has a very predictable ending. I scored the lowest, but there was something I noticed in the course of playing the game that I felt would set a lot of people free, because it set me free. When I started playing, I genuinely was just having fun. And then I started taking note of the numbers. At that point, I was ranking third. At first, I wanted to use the ball that the winners were using, because I felt, okay, if that ball is helping them, it must help me as well. And then I went from that to saying, okay, I'm just going to use my own ball. I picked my ball. For someone who had only bowled once before, I actually started doing better. And so I was enjoying myself. And then it got to the point where I decided, do you know what? I want to bowl like these other people. Like, I want to bowl the way the winners are bowling. So I looked at how they held the ball. If you've ever gone bowling, the balls have like 3 holes on them. And so you're meant to put 2 of your fingers in the 2 holes that are the smallest, and then your thumb at the singular hole below. So this was how I held the ball. But most people, I noticed, held the ball like this. Like, they put these 2 fingers, the 2 middle fingers with the thumbs, and then this to support it. And I was like, oh, maybe that's why I'm not bowling so well. Because I'm not holding it the way I am meant to hold it. If I hold the ball the way the winners are holding it, then I'm going to do as well as they are doing. But guess what? When I did it that way, not only did I not hit any bottle, or that slight improvement I had been seeing went downhill significantly, and I was basically not hitting any bottles anymore. I had figured out my rhythm in the beginning, and then I decided to copy people or to do it their way, and then guess what? I got terrible results, worse results than I had gotten when I was just doing it my way, or the way that I was most comfortable with. And then after I had noticed that there was no hope of me getting back at the top of that board, I then decided, do you know what? I'm just going to enjoy myself. I'm not going to look at the numbers again. I'm going to try and not look at the numbers again. I'm just going to bowl. And that was what I did. And I noticed that I wasn't clearing all the bottles, but I started doing well again. I went back to holding the ball the way I was used to holding the ball. And little by little, I just started doing well again. And it just taught me so much. As humans, especially as young people, there's this pressure we have put in ourselves to do so well. Because when you look around, you see so many people succeeding. You see so many people, especially maybe in your age range, buying cars, building houses, getting married, and just doing big things, starting their own companies, businesses, working in jobs that are paying so well. And in your mind, you feel like you are doing the worst out of everyone that you know. But it will surprise you to know that those people that you see and you perceive are experiencing some sort of success, they have things behind the scenes that are working for them and giving them an advantage that you may not have yourself. And so that comparison is extremely unfair to yourself and to them. And the reason is simple. For example, with the bowling story, 2 of the 3 people I had been bowling with, they had experience bowling. So comparing myself with people that had bowled at least more recently or more frequently was unfair to myself and to them, because of course they would do better. They're playing against an amateur. Even though they are also, or they might also call themselves amateurs, but they are playing against someone that is more than an amateur, like a baby amateur. The summary of that story is, don't compare yourself with others. It is completely unreasonable to do that. And it's crazy how frequently we do it. But if you think about it, just mathematically, these people have different lives than you, different advantages. The frequency at which they have done something and the level of expertise that they have developed as a result just puts you on maybe a lower rank at that particular point in time regarding that specific thing. But there's no saying that you're not going to do better or get to where they are or surpass them or whatever it is that you want. It's just saying that you need to cut yourself some slack and let yourself go through the process. There's something called the law of process, and the law of process just basically explains how for everything and for every situation, career path, whatever it is that you want to find success in, there is a process required. And if you do not go through that process, you are more likely not to get the results that you want. And it's not a curse on anyone, it's just nature, it's life. If you don't even go through that process, you're not going to be able to handle that success when you get it. The people that you see and you envy that they blow up at a young age, they are the 1% of people. As a personal law, it's so much better to just enjoy your process. And I'm saying this as someone who has tried to do this YouTube every way possible, other people's way, my way, and I found that you lose the joy when you are doing things other people's way. Do it your way. Enjoy yourself. And you're going to see your definition of success eventually. The thing that you love doing or you started because you loved to do it, don't do that thing in a way that you put money as your primary consideration, because you will lose the joy that comes with the process. To whom it may concern, you're going to get to where you want to get to. It's only a matter of time. If you want to go on this journey with me where I talk about the lessons I am learning on my way to success and my journey and my experiences, I encourage you to join me on my podcast. It's called the Success Series. I'm going to post podcast episodes every Friday. And I hope that it is something that would inspire you, that we can learn from each other. You can check it out by clicking on the link in my description box or in the pinned comments below. In conclusion, there's a YouTuber that I love so much. Her name is Miss Naturally Mary. I've known her for, at the very least, 5 years. I started following her because of her hair content. As at the time I started following her, she had been doing this content thing for about 6+ years. And now she's at probably her 11th or 12th year. She's at almost 900k subscribers. And following her journey, she's just someone that really inspires me because of her consistency. No matter how big she has become, almost 1 million subscribers, she keeps showing up consistently. And she's just herself. She doesn't try to be anyone else, or at least that's what I perceive. And I think that is one of the reasons I've loved her so much. She shares her journey. She doesn't hold back. She allows herself to be vulnerable online. When she's happy, I'm happy with her. When she's sad, I'm sad with her. I pray for her. When you do something organically and just enjoy the process and do your thing consistently over a period of time, as generic as that advice might be, that is the only proven way to know that when the time is right, you would have trained yourself to the point where you can handle what you have been praying for. I'm rooting for you, and if you're just coming across my channel for the first time, hello there, my name is Benny, and I am a Christian coach, peak performance counselor, and motivational speaker. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a little like, subscribe, and you can also check out this video right here. See you there. Bye.